Freshy season is over. We want the best fragrances that'll get us right for the fall time. These are exactly that.
Here's some codes to save you some cash on your next Middle Eastern niche or designer fragrances.
What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. Today we're going to be talking about the 10 best men's fall fragrances that you can get today. So without further ado, hit that subscribe button, leave a like while we're ahead, and let's get straight into it with an honorable mention. I find this fragrance to actually work in a multitude of different seasons, even during the summertime, but the best time that this one's going to shine is going to be in the fall time. The only reason why I didn't actually put it on this list is because there's a lot of new fragrances. While this one I still think is a staple, I don't think it's like the absolute best in the top 10. Basically, long story short, there were some other ones that I found to be a little bit more fitting. But nevertheless, this is still a great one. It's Pra Black. It's fabric softener vibe. It definitely reminds me of the fall. It's got a little bit of neroli, also slight bit of ambers and cardamom. So that spice also makes it really nice. So Pra Black is still excellent. It's definitely worthy of grabbing, but nevertheless, there are a lot more other fragrances that I would personally recommend, like starting things off with the original Stronger With You. The original Stronger With You it's just right, man. I put it side by side with Intensely and Absolutely, and those are probably going to be better for the winter time. But with that being said, this is going to be better or best in every time. Sure, the Intensely has a little bit more sweetness, you might enjoy it more, but out of the lot, I feel like this one, because of its versatility and the fact that it has absolutely no problem with performance, is one of the best men's fall fragrances that you can pick up, even in 2024. The scent profile of this is nutty. It's a little bit citrus fresh, slightly spiced as well, some incense vanilla. It's a very sexy, flirty, and playful style fragrance that you can wear every day during the fall time. Its performance will last you all day and to the next day on clothing, and you will be leaving scent trails. It's a room filler, definitely. So long lasting, above average, actually beastly, I should say, and a high projecting fragrance. It's the best of all worlds. The occasions for this could be literally everywhere but the gym during, obviously, the fall time. So if you're looking for one of the best, this is absolutely that. Moving on to the next fragrance, this is from Narciso Rodriguez, and it's called Blue Noir Parfum. They have quite a few different flankers, and they all smell relatively different, actually significantly different. My love for this one is because of that iris note that's very similar to the use in Dior Homme Intense. So that lipsticky, buttery style iris, it's in this one as well. However, it's not the same fragrance by any means. There's cardamom, there's a lot more of a woodsy backbone to this one that comes from vetiver, cypress, and also has sandalwood as well. The suede in here, or the leather in here as well, well, suede is leather, it does have a drier texture to it, adding a bit more of a bold masculinity. It's a very sexy fragrance, and its projection is absolutely stunning and beautiful. If you like Dior Homme Intense, this is a lot more wearable than that, actually. In terms of its performance, I would say it's above average, around 7 to 8 hours tops. Its projection is going to be moderate, anywhere from 2 to 3 feet, and the occasions for this one, it's pretty damn versatile, honestly, except for the gym time. I wouldn't recommend it during the gym. For the fall time, you're going to stand out, you're going to get compliments. This is a more unique and lesser talked about banger ass fragrance for the fall time. Moving on to the next fall banger, it's simple, but it's absolutely stunning. The projection of this one is phenomenal, and it also reminds me exactly of the fall. It's perfect for the fall time, but not just the fall. This is Pra Black. Pra Luna Rosa Black is all about the vanilla and the aromatic angelica, and that's simple as that. It's a powdery vanilla. It's nothing sweet, nothing cloying, so if you like something a bit more grown, mature, and masculine, you're definitely going to find it in this one. The angelica gives it this herbal, slightly spiced kick, which helps with that projection as well. I've smelled this on numerous people and complimented them myself. Its performance will last all day. It is a 10-hour fragrance, but its projection is going to be moderate, which is about 2.5 to 3 feet, which is not bad. I mean, this is a scent profile that, although is pretty subtle, it does give you the projection that you need, and some, honestly. One of the best ones from the Luna Rosa series. The occasions for this is going to be special events, even hanging out with the bros, and literally everywhere except for dates as well. And that's the beauty of a lot of these fragrances. So even the office, I would take all of these to the office. Office, school, hanging out with the bros, dates, special occasions, these are all appropriate for exactly that. Moving on to the next one, this is Boss Bottled Parfum. And bottled parfum actually adds a powdery note coming from an orris. It's got fig leaf, it's got olibanum, it has that signature Boss bottle DNA, but kind of richens it up, powders it up, adds a little bit of cedar and leather, but mostly just powders it up basically, and I absolutely love it. The resin's at the top, slightly balsamic balsamic, masculine, inviting, very inviting, and the performance of this one is actually not bad either. It gives me a solid 8 to 9 hours. There's something aromatic, sweet, sexy about this one as well. So if you like fragrances like Le Male de Parfum, the whole powdery vibe, it takes that original DNA. I find this one to be even more suited for the fall time because of its mandarin orange, some of those fruits, etc. So a great fragrance nevertheless, and perfect for the fall time. The occasions of this, I would say, would be more special occasions and dates for this one. You could sometimes find it on discounters. It was absolutely one of the best pickups for me with the Boss Bottled lineup. Moving on to the next one, it's the newest release from YSL. It's the Myself Le Parfum. This richens up, adds an absolute rather than just an orange flower, and it definitely, oh my god, man, this stuff is, it's Central Heaven, bro. Basically, a thicker version of Myself, and it's gonna cut through any cold weather. It's going to last the entire day as well, and that addition of black pepper, so there is a hint more, or a lot more spice actually, is magical stuff. It does kind of remind me of Gucci Guilty Elixir, slightly has that Amouage reflection style DNA in the backbone, but it works and it's gonna be one of the best ones for the fall time. I think that this one was released during the summertime, so a lot of people didn't really care for it too much, but watch the cold weather reel in and try that thing on. Speaking of Le Male de Parfum, it's definitely going to be on this list as well. It's warm, it's a little bit spiced from some cardamom, powdery as well, a phenomenal fragrance for the fall time. It's the lavender classic Le Male DNA, just powdered up. Iris, vanilla, woodsy note, and masculinity. It's definitely a sexy fragrance that also lasts pretty much all day. I get a solid 8 to 9 hours, and the occasions for this is going to be something that's more appropriate for like office, dates, and special occasions during the fall time. I wouldn't try to bro this or gym. It's a lot softer and more sexy close encounter style. Next one on this list is a new release, and it's actually one of the best ones I find during the fall time. It's the Armani Code Eau de Parfum. This is basically like a revival of the original Armani Code Profumo. The green mandarin, the leather, the creamy tonka, vanillic, very sexy. This actually kind of lightens some of that tonka bean syrupy sweetness, makes it a bit more wearable, and that translates into a fragrance you can wear into even the office. So this is a scent profile that's mostly on this creamy tonka bean sweet leather and green mandarin. The green mandarin is just enough to cut through some of that lavender style DNA as well, the barbershoppy or fougere backbone, and the performance of this, it actually lasts a solid 8 to 9 hours. The projection for the first 2 hours is anywhere from 2 to 3 feet as well, so moderately projecting. And the occasions, bros, dates, special occasions, even during the office, and that's why I think this is gonna be one of the best for the fall time pickup. The next one's also new, and I feel like a lot of people have slept on this, and I understand why. The price tag of these fragrances is everything that's like, it's very unattractive to see a freaking bottle like this for 200 bucks, but this is outstanding, and it's gonna be phenomenal for the fall time for sure. This has sandalwood, tuberose, resins, and ambers, bro. It's vanillic, it's warm, it's ambery, it's spicy, and very slightly salty from that floral tuberose. It's addicting, and it smells like fall in a bottle. It genuinely smells like fall time when you're outside. It's just starting to get a little bit brisk and cold. The leaves are falling. It's packaged up into this bottle right here. It's called Soleil de Feuille, and it's the newest release from the Soleil lineup. And I love Soleil Brillant, but that's definitely more so for the winter time. In terms of its performance, it's giving me a solid 8 hours. The projection for this one is good for the first hour and a half, being at the high end of moderate 3 feet. After that, it starts to tune in to more so like 1.5, 2 feet. Very appropriate for the scent profile, and it smells really good. The occasions, it also smells expensive. During the fall time, for the office, it'll work, but it smells higher end. So I would say special occasions and dates. I really like that fragrance. It is expensive, but it's really damn good. And that's the case with this next one, which is Altair. It's vanilla, it's orange flower as well. It gets a lot of compliments, ambroxan and cinnamon. This has a projection of, I mean, it's an amazing projecting fragrance. This is one where I've had women chase me. To date, one of the best ones you can get in the fall time. That spiced cinnamon, it just reminds me of all those desserts that I personally get during the fall time. It's a fragrance that really lasts a day and projects for like a solid 4 hours. I spray it on about 7, 8 times. I'm set for the entire day. The occasions for this one is very versatile because who doesn't like a good vanilla and a little bit of floral? So sure, hanging out with the bros, going to the office, dates, and special occasions. And yes, this is another one that's pricey, but because of its versatility, it's phenomenal. It doesn't just work in the fall time, but I think it's gonna shine the absolute most during this season. Last but not least is this sexy beast. It's Valentino Born in Roma Coral Fantasy. It's got a crisp, attention-grabbing red apple and cardamom at the top, smoothens things out with a frothy lavender, gets a little bit warm, powdery, and vanillic actually, and then it also has some tobacco and some spice. Such a sexy fragrance that projects lasts. It's my favorite from the Born in Roma, easily. It lasts, it projects, it's sweet, it's fall time as well in a bottle. The two that I gravitate to the most for the summer or for the cooler weather is this one and Society Extreme. But Coral Fantasy just has that crisp apple at the top, a little bit of that freshness, and then it starts to dry down, sweetened up and stuff. It's a little bit lighter as well. It's perfect for the transitioning from summer to the winter time. Coral Fantasy also has a projection. It's got the complement factors. It's really good. It does have a mass appealing style DNA, but it works. The tobacco and all of these other non-mass appealing style notes have been made in a way where it's easy to like, and that's why I absolutely love this fragrance. It's a no-brainer. In terms of the performance, it lasts all day. I would say about 10 hours. I'm not gonna say beastly because beastly is 10 plus, but up to 10 hours. And its projection is a solid moderate 2 to 3 feet for at least 2 hours on me. For the occasions, bros, honestly, I've rocked this to the gym. It's fine to rock it to the gym, I would personally say. And then dates and special occasions. And that's pretty much it. Coral Fantasy is the best of the Born in Romas. And truth be told, you guys, I have smelled a lot of people wear these exact same fragrances to the gym, including some of these, and even myself. However, when I give those recommendations, those are the best fitting situations. So if you want to be testy or know whether or not they're appropriate for you, the best way to find out is to test it yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.